Hey guys, Squid here. So, I've been doing a project for over a year now where I turn my persona into basically a Pokemon gym leader. It's mostly based on the fashion rather than anything else and going, does this look like a Pokemon type without, say, flame patterns on the trousers with the fire type, for an example. So before I show you the newest drawing, I've just got the other type speed paints on the screen so you can see the previous versions. I made it a rule that my persona is interacting with their main Pokemon in the picture. I did think of that after I finished the normal type, so I just slapped Snorlax in the back. But if I was to draw it again, I'll probably do a bit of a Studio Ghibli inspired drawing with my persona sleeping on Snorlax's belly. Also, with the clothes, I wanted to make a nod to another Pokemon in the team without making it too obvious. So, for example, my normal type has Teddiursa socks. My fire type has a top which has Darumaka's patterning, but it's like cutouts instead. Just little tiny hints like that. So when I was doing most of these that you're currently watching, I was trying out a different style with a new brush, and to be fair, I got a bit burnt out for a while and I stopped drawing for a good few months. But with how I've been drawing recently, I've been having a lot more fun with drawing again. I'm never going to stop drawing. I've been drawing since I was a little girl. But just, sometimes I just need a bit of a break and reevaluate the style that I've been drawing in, because sometimes it just takes too long and I can't be arsed with that. I did have a lot of fun drawing the fire type team because of Sizzlipede, because he is so fun yet so difficult to draw because he's like flat but also not flat and 3D, and it was weird, but I freaking loved drawing him, and I loved drawing the fire as well. I don't really have much to say about the fighting type picture. I did give her a more main feel outfit, but I tried to give it more of a yoga type feel to it as well. I did have a lot of fun with the colours and making it look like a two-piece outfit. I was also pretty proud and happy of Lucario too, with him looking up at my persona. Also, not furry. I just have a lot of memories with a friend to do with Lucario, so he's special to me. If you notice at the beginning as well, I did try to do a pose where I was like, not hanging over Lucario, but like bending down, holding his shoulders, like looking at him. Kind of like, how a teacher would do to a young student kind of look. And I just could not get the positioning right, and it just looked nasty. So I decided to go with the different pose instead. My water type team, you're probably thinking, what? Why Seismitoad? So, for my main Pokemon, okay, I freaking love Seismitoad so much. I'm Palpitoad and Timepole. I love the entire line, okay? So I fell in love with Seismitoad because of Sword and Shield. Like, I really do. Like, I know a lot of people don't, but I really, really like Sword and Shield. And yeah, so that's basically why, just because of how Sword and Shield was. She would also do more the fashion shows instead of battling, because she would try to show the beauty in the quote-unquote ugly Pokemon, hence why her only quote-unquote beautiful Pokemon is in her team is Milotic. There are a lot of reasons why her quote-unquote main Pokemon are my main Pokemon, and it's usually because of the games for some reason. For example, down the line you'll see Skiddo, and that's because I had a dream about a goat, and it was called Leonard, and it was a girl goat, and I broke up with the goat. It was a weird dream, but you know what, it's stuck, and now me and my fiance take the piss all the time about it, so that's why I've got a Skiddo. Pelipper is also one of those Pokemon where it was decided as the main Pokemon of mine due to a in-life event. So the Mystery Dungeon, the one that got released on Switch, I played through the majority. I didn't end up playing through it all, but played through the majority of the game, and there is a scene where you have to leave the village, and Pelipper sends you a message from himself, and it made me cry. Like a lot. Like I had to stop playing the game because I was crying that hard. And since that day, specifically, I have fell in love with Pelipper. Not too keen on Wingull, give or take Wingull, but Pelipper is a baby and I love him. Here is my Skiddo. Again, if I ever have a Skiddo in game, I would make sure it's a girl and I would name it Leonard because of my dream. And yeah, I kind of forgot to give context to that earlier, that I was actually dating the goat in my dream. And here he is. Here she is, in fact, because it is a girl. Yeah, weird dreams are really freaking weird. Also, another thing you've probably noticed about my grass type team is that at least 50% of them are in fact mushrooms, and I just really love the mushroom Pokemon in Pokemon. I think they are fantastically designed and they all look great, and I'm so happy I was able to add the majority of them into my team. Okay, so my poison type team, I was mainly focusing on the flare jeans with the flowers at the bottom. I personally think that the outfit looks really plain because I was so hyper focused on these flared jeans. I've always had an idea for these in my head, and I'm happy that I have the talent to be able to recreate what I've got in my head now. So the flowers are Foxglove, Iris, Lily of the Valley, Morning Glory, Wolfsbane and Oleander. I do believe they're different types of poison, and I believe that it's mainly when you eat them that obviously they're poisonous. But I'm happy with how it turned out. Also, when I posted this short on TikTok, I had a really rude comment about her foot placement, and I can see it now, but the way that person came across was extremely rude and a bit hurtful. So basically, if you ever notice something like, say, the foot looking like it's being broken, don't be rude and just comment multiple times on the same subject. Maybe message the person, or just say, the way that your ankle is drew looks a tiny bit off. I think you've tilted it a bit too far, which is making it look quite uncomfortable. Instead of criticising, be critical and be quite polite, because people do get defensive. So during the electric type and the ground type, I stopped drawing for a good 6 months. I kind of completed the electric type after 2 months, but I never got around to posting it until 6 months in advance. And then it wasn't until after I posted it about a month later I actually did the ground type Pokemon. But because there was this massive gap, it was really weird posting it again, because again, this just these images have took me a year to do, and that is because of this giant burnout gap that I had. And it was not this project, it was a different project I was working on, which gave me such bad burnout. I've never had burnout that badly before, but I'm really liking the new style I'm doing. You can see it with the ground type Pokemon. I absolutely love how this drawing turned out, and I love the Flygon goggles and the trousers alluding to Flygon's legs, and I love how I drew Ursaluna too. He looks so cute and derpy at the same time, and we are just cute little digging friends, and I love it. But now I can finally start talking about the star of the show, my psychic type team. Woo! So I didn't know who I wanted as my main Pokemon, and I didn't know what Pokemon I wanted to design the clothes off as well. So in the end, I chose Gothitelle for the clothes. To be fair, it was the easiest choice because she is basically a humanoid Pokemon. And although I was going to make it more of a shawl in the first place, not what I went with, I chose Swoobat as my main Pokemon because Swoobat is just absolutely adorable, and I love the idea of us two pooping snoots together, which did make it challenging because I'm not the best with side profiles, and I am getting it with them. And when trying to figure out how to make Swoobat on side profile too, there's not a lot of reference photos of Swoobat facing sideways, so that made it a bit more difficult as well. In the end, I decided to go for a Whimsicott style fully outfit. It just felt correct for Psychic type to be quite fun and whimsical, and with Gothitelle being the main inspiration for the clothes as well, it just worked, honestly. And I really like the style of Whimsicott. The more that I researched it, the more I was falling in love with the designs and styles and stuff. I just wish the clothes weren't so damn expensive. When I was colouring this, I decided to add a sun and moon pattern onto her corset. I knew I wanted to add some sort of pattern, and the one that kept coming up when I was researching and referencing the Whimsicott style was like a sun and moon. So I did start doing the initial design of the sun and moon to just be sun and moon, but then I had a sudden revelation of, oh my god, why not make it Solrock and Lunatone, because they are legit perfect. They are a sun and a moon, and they're psychic types. It just made sense to choose them for the design. I just wish while I was doing them that I changed the sun design to look more like Solrock, like I did with Lunatone. But to be fair, I was halfway through doing the lines of Solrock and I am lazy and I could not be bothered to go back and change them, so I just left it as is, and I think it worked actually really well because Solrock looks more like a star with how the sunbeams are, rather than, looking like a sun, like it's meant to look like. So yeah, I really loved doing this bit. I also had a moment as well where I didn't know what colour lace I should do for the sleeve of the shawl, and I picked out a few colours that kind of matched and looked good, and I got my fiance to pick, and he decided to pick the white one because it made the most sense with the clothes being inspired by Gothitelle, and I'm so glad he did because I think it looks really cool being white. I also gave her a bracelet of the Evil Eye, and if you don't know what the Evil Eye is, it's actually a charm. So it may be called the Evil Eye, but it's meant to ward off the true Evil Eye, which is a curse transmitted through a malicious glare, usually caused by envy. The Evil Eye has actually been around for years and years as well, 5,000 plus years, and I've always found it really interesting because it's in so many different cultures and different parts of the world as well. Anyway, I'm now at a point where I can't really add anything else in, so I'm going to leave you guys here. If you like this video, please leave a like and a comment, and if you like my art, please subscribe. It would mean the world to me. I also want to keep doing more long form videos, but I need to know that people want me to do these long form videos as well. So please, give me a comment or something, I'd love it. Anyway, have a great day, and I shall hopefully see you in the next video. Bye!